Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Spyro for Year of the Dragon, Part 12. There's some eggs and gems hiding in this mid-A gardens, this mid-A homeworld. And of course, I'm supposed to clean out every single level in this game. That's Spyro's entire purpose of existence, to completely clear out every level he sets foot onto. And there's some gems that are hiding here, some little gems that, like a little red gem, it was out in the open, and somehow it thought it wouldn't see it, and somehow that gem thought it kind of won, because it was just hanging out there, undetected, only I found it now, and it's been collected. And these gems will stay in my bank of gems, until Moneybags comes in there and fishes them out, of course, because Moneybags is still going to pester us on several occasions throughout the course of this game to fork over a bunch of gems. He's just hungry for gems. When is he ever not hungry for gems? I wonder what he does with all these gems, too. Does he invest them in things? Does he, like, own his own bank or something like that? His own business, maybe? Or maybe he just uses them to... I don't know. I don't think he does. Or he just uses them to build something, maybe. Maybe they have secret magical powers he uses to construct a footrest for himself or something like that. This is something else we could use. Now, I'm not really sure how he unlocked this. I don't know. Do you have to kill a certain number of enemies, maybe? There aren't any enemies in this homeworld. You have to, like, collect a certain number of gems or eggs. But now we could use the supercharge power-up. Or super flame is what it's probably called. Like super blast. So it's like Mega Man's arm cannon when he releases a fully charged blast, but it's with our flame breath. I remember when we got Spyro 2 100% complete, we got a permanent super flame power up that stays with us, and they didn't give it to us in this game either, even though we kept our abilities to climb and head bash and swim. But I guess Insomniac Games thought the game would be way too easy if it let us keep that. For the same reason it didn't let you keep the Rhino and the Ratchet and Clank games from the previous game. The game would just be too easy if it let you do that. So we rescued another dragon in this level, another dragon egg, and I think that's all the dragon eggs. Yes, 5 out of 5. We've rescued all the dragon eggs that are hidden in the mid-A gardens. Now we go to the next level, Bamboo Terrace, where we'll be coming across some bamboo workers. In a level that's designed to look like some traditional ancient Chinese venue. And of course, who else would the workers be? They're going to be pandas, of course, with the typical Chinese names we'd expect, Ling Ling. Well, the Chinese have the zodiac symbols, and this game corresponds to the zodiac symbol of the dragon. So I guess it's only fair they put like a Chinese-themed level in the game. With these traditional Chinese design, and there's panda bears. Apparently all the panda bears in the world belong to China. And these things are threatening them. These things look like yaks. And the Rhinox that dress up in the dress. It almost looks like the Rhinox are wearing kimonos or something like that. A traditional Japanese-looking dress thing. Are they implying that Rhinox are like, some sort of oppressors maybe from Japan that have come here to imprison the people of China? I don't know if they're trying to imply that or something like that, but it does seem like that, considering the fact that Rhinox pretty much rule this part of the dragon world. And Spyro is going to change that. He's going to destroy these Rhinox. He's going to come up to them and fry them, and so we could have Rhinox meat later. Probably could make meat out of all the... make meat out of all the Rhinox that get destroyed by Spyro. And have a whole barbecue party. I'm pretty sure all the characters are going to have a barbecue or something like that once all this is done. And these guys are going to activate this drawbridge. Oh, we have drawbridges here. I don't know if they had those in ancient China, but they have them in this game. I mean, since when did these Spyro games ever correspond, if anything, in real life, really? Considering it's all fantasy. And they didn't think we would see that. They just put a huge, overly obvious cracked wall there, hoping we wouldn't see it. But I did, because I know the cracked walls pretty much always mean you could charge into them, and they will break and reveal some hidden secrets. Didn't really give us anything for progress, but it did give us 4 extra lives. And this game is going to get pretty challenging soon, so I guess it's good we stock up on as many lives as possible. I'm stocking up as many gems as possible, too. It's not possible to 100% complete this level, because we need Bentley the Yeti, or whatever he is, and we don't unlock him until the next homeworld in the game. So for now, this is all we could really... What's going to do we could do in this level for now. Just clear out as much as I can. Trying to get as much gems, so we can pay Moneybags next time he comes and pesters us for something. And we found another egg there, Madison. Yeah, perfect name for an egg, for a blue dragon and an egg. We already collected, I lost count of how many eggs we've collected already. There's another one there. Dwight. You know, the best name for an egg. Dwight. And made him a crybaby. They imply that people named Dwight are nerds that cry over everything and have really big teeth. I remember some bad kid I knew in high school. Or he wasn't really a bad kid, but he was very obnoxious. He was an obnoxious jerk. He went on a huge rant once where he kept swearing every second line. And one kid said to him, "You've really become quite a big mouth for someone that used to cry all the time or cry every day in elementary school." Apparently he used to cry every day in elementary school, and he later grew up to become the biggest jerk in the school, the biggest jerk of all time. He probably thinks Spyro's a very boring game, and thinks it's dull because it's not perpetual action all the way through. And it's a game that actually makes you use your brain, which is something he doesn't like. It's probably why he's such a big jerk. He just likes action all the time. And he's very picky about everything. And he probably is never going to get far anywhere in life. Some people might say the same about me for playing Spyro all the time. Games that people don't even consider to be video games. Do people even still care about Spyro? I think there's a big enough community of people that care about Spyro. I'm sure there's a big enough market for anything really on YouTube. Saying the fact that at least 1 billion people in the world use YouTube, which is about 1/7 of the world's population. There's ought to be someone in there that's going to care about Spyro, or at least enough to watch Let's Plays of me playing through these Spyro games. I think that panda's gonna give us something. A panda is just randomly hanging out there.
We would be honored if you would accept this as a
Yeah, for honor. We always honor. I'm a panda, so pandas are a very honorable species. Tom, the egg known as the Tom. Tom. You can just do a little cartwheel there.
Oh, the emergency escape bridge.
Why didn't I think of it sooner? It's probably dumb. That's probably why I didn't think of it sooner. I thought, oh, so it's also like it seemed like, oh, I could have just done this earlier on, and it would have saved us a lot of pain and suffering. And he just randomly thought of it at the end of the level. Yeah. There's a door where you could go in there, you could find Bentley's segment, but we can't do it. You actually don't have access to Bentley yet. But there's this thing there, this vase thing that we saw this in Spyro too. Where pretty much you see at the end of the level, you have to keep destroying it throughout the course of the level. It's like it's forcing you to backtrack through the level, play the level in reverse. Almost like in racing games where it makes you play the same races, but in reverse order. I know Ridge Racer games, especially Ridge Racer 5. It's like one of the first games in the PS2, and yet it makes you think it's going to be like something way more than what R4 was. But it's really just the same races over and over again. It just does different things to them to make it seem like it's worthwhile. Not that it's bad, but I would have expected more for that game. It's not one of the best games. Ridge Racer 4, R4, Ridge Racer Type 4 is a lot better. So is the Ridge Racer on the PSP. That game's a lot better, too. The Ridge Racer games are some of the best racing games, in my opinion. I think they're better than the Gran Turismo games. And they're better than Need for Speed as well, too. They're my racing game of choice. Wonder when they'll ever merge Spyro with Ridge Racer. Closest we saw to that was when Spyro was a playable character in the Game Boy Advance version of Crash Nitro Kart Racing, something I still haven't played to this very day. I mean, I played the console version of that a lot, but I've never actually played the Game Boy Advance version. And actually I'm kind of interested in playing it, knowing that Spyro is in the game. Spyro the Mountain Goat. This level almost looks kind of mountainous. This kind of looks like and since we saw like goat-like things in this level, this almost seems like the kind of level where we'll once again come across Spyro the Mountain Goat, like we did in that Alps level, which didn't really make sense why they made Sheila live in the Alps. Would it make more sense for her to live in the Australian outback? But no, they made her live in the Alps for some reason. Pee-wee. Yeah, they wanted to call him Pee-wee and make him look like a nerd. It's like Pee-wee Herman got reincarnated into dragon form. I should have made him try to imitate Pee-wee's signature laugh and going. Yeah, that's whatever. That's the sound everyone. I'm pretty sure he was making that sound at the movie theater, and that's why he got caught. Because he was going. He wouldn't shut the hell up. Just went. That laugh he does. Pee-wee Herman! I wish if I could do better imitations, I would! And I would do these whole videos sounding like Pee-wee Herman! I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Yeah, this panda's gonna make us do another one of these arcade or carnival shooter things. Shooting gallery game things. And he's gonna make us kill off all the targets, shoot down all the Rhinoc targets, and not hit the pandas. In return, almost like a game of whack-a-mole. I'm supposed to hit the hole, but don't hit the other thing that comes up. I don't really know what the other thing would be, because I haven't really played whack-a-mole much. I mean, they had games of it at Chuck E. Cheese's, but that was at Chuck E. Cheese's. It's the way you expect. You would expect for Chuck E. Cheese's. It's for kids, obviously. You know, for the kids. We could gun down if you use a crosshair and blast. We've got this supercharged power-up, the super flame blast power-up thing. You go and gun down those guys before they go and attack the pandas. And you can almost do this with your eyes closed if you knew exactly where to aim. I mean, I'm not that good. Like it's almost like muscle memory, where you can know exactly where to aim. It's the same thing every time. You know exactly what to hit. You could just go for this level over and over again and just, you know, my God, this probably is like a minimum amount of time possible to get through this because it's, you know, it's on rails, so you can't see if you did do it at a faster speed. It doesn't really matter how fast you kill them. That's gonna play at the same speed pretty much. Imagine speedrunners would hate stuff like that. You know how much speedrunners hate like those like moments where it's like, it doesn't matter how fast you are, it's always going to be the same. Unless there's like a way to bypass it completely or trick the game to thinking you did it when really you didn't. I mean, some games absolutely hate speedrunners. I imagine this game wouldn't be a very speedrun friendly game. I mean, one of the hardest games I know of to speedrun is Twisted Metal 4, because of how small of your targets are, how small they are and hard they are to hit, and there's a boss at the end of every level in the game. Was that really necessary? Well, the people at 989 thought it was necessary. And that's why that game hates speedrunners. It's pretty much any run you do of that game is going to be at least an hour long. That's why I don't see very many speedruns of it on YouTube. Remember when some guy watched on YouTube, his name was Fiendly, I think, he attempted to do a let's play of, a speedrun of Twisted Metal 4, but it pretty much fell to the very broad and most vague category of what a speedrun is. I've tried doing speedruns of Jumping Flash too, but every time I do speedruns of that game, I pretty much always get stuck at the 2-2 level, where it's pretty much like I don't even know where to go. I'm stuck running around in a circle, and yeah, that pretty much kills all my speedruns. I'm writing down my speedrun records lately, or if I could ever beat my record for that game. Not that anyone really cared. Not anyone really cares about Jumping Flash 2 speedruns. I sometimes think the games are designed for speedrunning. They had super mode and hyper mode in them. It's like they knew they were going to get people would speedrun them someday far in the future. Did people know what speedrunning was back in 1995? Evidence suggests they probably did know what speedrunning was back then. Just a lot of people didn't know about them yet because a lot of people didn't have the internet yet. This is taking us back to the beginning of the level. We're going to be smashing this thing, and this guy's going to stop us and tell us that he's lazy and just likes to rest all day. Yeah, catching his breath. Well, he's lazy. He needs to go on a diet, probably, or exercise better. This place also reminds me a bit of a Chinese buffet my father took me to around the time I'd be playing this game. It was like a huge buffet that was reasonably priced, and it had stuff that wasn't even Chinese, like onion rings and pizza as well, too. It was probably the greatest Chinese buffet I've ever had, because it had way more than just Chinese food. It's a shame it's long gone now. Yeah, what a shame. I wish it were still there. I'd probably still be going there a lot if it was still there. A lot of my favorite restaurants don't exist anymore. It was a local restaurant, too, that got put down by the big guys. What a shame. If one of the big giants will fall one day. I'm gonna say the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? Ray Phoenix, signing out.